All right, all eyes pointing to the offense. The Bears promise a different, more imaginative, explosive offense. While on defense, they're hoping for much of the same as last year. New defensive boss Mel Tucker using much of the same terminology and alignments used in the Lovie Marinelli defense. There were 24 interceptions last season, led the NFL. Tim Jennings with a league-high 9 picks joined me after today's first padded practice.
I think guys were excited to get the pads back on and kind of click-clack with a lot of the other guys and see what some of the younger guys are made of and kind of compete with the pads on. It felt good, and a lot of guys were excited.
Were you anxious to throw a shoulder pad into a wideout finally? It's been a few months.
Yeah, I was very anxious, but sometimes, you know, you kind of forget about the contact rules and, you know, forgot that we got the pads on. But once we got that first clack and that contact going, and now, you know, it's back to football season, and here comes the bang and offense versus defense, and it felt good to kind of finally put your hands on the wide out to slow them down, because I think they got a little too comfortable about, you know, not getting the hands on them and kind of being able to slow them down. So we finally got that you know, out the window and back to some physical football.
Yeah, that was something I wanted to ask you about. Coach Trestman says no tackling during training camp, no scrimmages. Obviously, he's trying to prevent injuries. Respond to those who claim if you don't tackle during training camp, then you're going to be a poor tackling team when it counts in the regular season.
Honestly, I'm not a guy that believes in that, man. I think you're dealing with a lot of veteran, older guys, and that's been playing this game for a very, very long time. So, of course, you know, some of the young guys coming right out of college and don't really know how the NFL and some of the coaching staffs are able to kind of orchestrate practice without taking it to the ground. But I think that's kind of like the best way to go, to get all the guys where they need to be. You know, like you said, Coach Trestman is trying to save and prevent guys from getting hurt. And it's just being able to be where you're supposed to be, do your job, execute the plays, but realize that, you know, this is a physical game and you should already know how to tackle, but protect your teammates and be smart about it, because this is going to be a long year, and we want to have as much healthy guys as we can. I think that's just a smart way to go.
All right, Tim, what about you? Last season, you led the NFL with 9 interceptions. You had only 7 picks your previous 6 pro seasons combined. Why the success last year?
Well, honestly, you know, I've kind of, you know, gotten older and mature and realized, you know, the importance of taking care of your body and knowing that the body is your temple. And as you get older, you kind of feel the change in your body. But it came with me mentally, physically, realizing that the hard work you put in and you know, to kind of elevate your game to the next level, you kind of would need to work on some of your weaknesses. And that's what I was able to do. The year before, I had a few opportunities, but I dropped a whole lot of them. So I worked on my hands constantly and worked on my confidence. And I was able to come up with those takeaways that I dropped the previous year before that.
Tim, Phil Emery said he will not give contract extensions till after this season. The players like yourself who are going into the final year of their contract. How do you feel about what Emery said?
I mean, it says a lot. It speaks a lot, because I know we have a lot of guys going into their contract year and looking for these new deals. But I understand the nature of the game and what's happening here with this organization, how things are going to change around in the next couple of years. Man, I'm just hoping to be a part of it. I think everything plays out the way it's supposed to be played, and we have the season that we're supposed to have and make this Super Bowl run and put together this championship run. I mean, it'll be a lot of familiar faces, but right now, you know, you can't worry about that. He said what he said. We all buy into it, and just hopefully that everything works out and we get this run going, and he believes in our system and what we're trying to do, and we're bringing back a whole lot of familiar faces.